In the beginning was the Word, and the Word was with God, and the Word was God. He was in the beginning with God. He is the image of the invisible God, the firstborn over all creation. For by him all things were created that are in heaven and that are on earth, visible and invisible. Whether thrones or dominions or principalities or powers, all things were created by him, through him, and for him. And he is before all things, and by him all things consist and hold together, upholding all things by the word of his power. God created all things by Jesus Christ the Word, and without him nothing was made that was made. For he was established from everlasting, from the beginning, before there was ever an earth. God alone is worthy to receive glory and honor and power, for he created all things, and by his will they exist and were created. Thus, in the beginning God created the heavens and the earth. And God made heavenly beings called the angels to inhabit the third heaven, where God's very presence is. And all the angels blessed the Lord, for he had created such an innumerable company of angels that the host of heaven cannot be numbered, and made his angels to fly swiftly and excel in strength, fulfilling his word and obeying the voice of his word. For his hosts were created to be his servants, doing his will, and the angels of God were created with such wisdom that they know everything that is in the earth. Now the earth was without form and void, and darkness was upon the face of the deep, and the Spirit of God was hovering over the face of the waters. Then God said, "Let there be light," and there was light. And God saw the light, that it was good. And God divided the light from the darkness. God called the light day, and the darkness he called night. So the evening and the morning were the first day. Then God said, "Let there be an expanse in the midst of the waters, and let it divide the waters from the waters." Thus God made the expanse, and divided the waters which were under the expanse from the waters which were above the expanse. And it was so. And God called the expanse sky, for the sky is the first heaven. So the evening and the morning were the second day. Then God said, "Let the waters under the heavens be gathered together into one place, and let the dry land appear." And it was so. And God called the dry land earth, and the gathering together of the waters he called seas. And God saw that it was good. When God had laid the foundations and its cornerstone, all the morning stars sang together. These very same sons of God shouted for joy, for all the angels rejoiced at the wonders God was doing on the earth. Then God said, "Let the earth bring forth grass, the herb that yields seed, and the fruit tree that yields fruit according to its kind, whose seed is in itself on the earth." And it was so. And the earth brought forth grass, the herb that yields seed according to its kind, and the tree that yields fruit, whose seed is in itself according to its kind. And God saw that it was good. So the evening and the morning were the third day. Then God said, "Let there be lights in the expanse of the heavens to divide the day from the night, and let them be for signs and seasons and for days and years, and let them be for lights in the expanse of the heavens to give light on the earth." And it was so. Then God made two great lights, the greater light to rule the day, and the lesser light to rule the night. He made the stars also. God set them in the expanse of the heavens to give light on the earth, and to rule over the day and over the night, and to divide the light from the darkness. For the domain of the sun, moon, and stars is the second heaven. And God saw that it was good. So the evening and the morning were the fourth day. Then God said, "Let the waters abound with an abundance of living creatures, and let birds fly above the earth across the face of the expanse of the heavens." So God created great sea creatures, and every living thing that moves, with which the waters abounded, according to their kind, and every winged bird according to its kind. And God saw that it was good. And God blessed them, saying, "Be fruitful and multiply, and fill the waters and the seas, and let birds multiply on the earth." So the evening and the morning were the fifth day. Then God said, "Let the earth bring forth the living creature according to its kind, cattle and creeping thing and beast of the air, each according to its kind." And it was so. And God made the beast of the earth according to its kind, cattle according to its kind, and everything that creeps on the earth according to its kind. And God saw that it was good. Then God said, Let us make man in our image, according to our likeness. Let them have dominion over the fish of the sea, over the birds of the air, and over the cattle, over all the wild animals of the earth, and over every creeping thing that creeps on the earth. So God created man in his own image. In the image of God he created him. Male and female he created them. Then God blessed them, and God said to them, Be fruitful and multiply. Fill the earth and subdue it. Have dominion over the fish of the sea, over the birds of the air, and over every living thing that moves on the earth. And God said, See, I have given you every herb that yields seed which is on the face of all the earth, and every tree whose fruit yields seed. To you it shall be food. Also to every beast of the earth, to every bird of the air, and to everything that creeps on the earth in which there is life, I have given every green herb for food. And it was so. Then God saw everything that he had made, and indeed it was very good. So the evening and the morning were the sixth day. Thus the heavens and the earth and all the host of them were finished. And on the seventh day God ended his work which he had done, and he rested on the seventh day from all his work which he had done. Then God blessed the seventh day and sanctified it, because in it he rested from all his work which God had created and made. And God commanded the angels to be ministering spirits sent forth to serve those who will inherit salvation. For this reason they were created, to serve for the sake of those who will one day be heirs of salvation. And I saw the Lord sitting on a throne, high and lifted up, and the train of his robe filled the temple. Above it stood the seraphim, the burning ones. Each one had 6 wings. With 2 he covered his face, with 2 he covered his feet, and with 2 he flew. And one cried to another and said, Holy, holy, holy is the Lord of hosts. The whole earth is full of his glory. Then the highest of all the angels came to God's throne. He was proclaimed to be the day star, the son of the dawn. God said, Come, O morning star, and lead the heavenly host of God in praise and worship. So Lucifer, the shining one, the bringer of the dawn, said to the angels, Give unto the Lord, O you sons of the mighty. Give unto the Lord glory and strength. Give unto the Lord the glory due to his name. Worship the Lord in the beauty of holiness, in the splendor of his holiness. And in God's temple all the angels shouted, Glory! And all the angels continued, The heavens will praise your wonders, O Lord, your faithfulness also in the assembly of the saints. For who in the heavens can be compared to you, O Lord? Who among us, the sons of the mighty, can be likened to you, O Lord? You are greatly to be feared in the assembly of the saints, and to be held in reverence by all those around you. O Lord God of hosts, who is mighty like you, O Lord? Your faithfulness also surrounds you. Then one day, evil was found in Lucifer. Now there was a day when the sons of God came to present themselves before the Lord, and Lucifer, the one who would later be known as Satan, the accuser and the adversary, came also among them. And God said to Lucifer, O Lucifer, son of the morning, why is it that I find unrighteousness in your heart? Lucifer responds, I am Lucifer, the bright and morning star. Look at my beauty and look at my splendor. It is beneath me to serve the inferior being that you call man. Are we not higher than that worthless creature? Yet you have proclaimed that weak human your crowned creation, setting him over the works of your hands. And you plan on making us subject to this weakling? Will man be our judge? No! I will not allow man to be my judge, nor will I be subject to him. But I will take away his dominion and make it my own. All the kingdoms of the world will be in my hands, and their glory shall be mine. I will be the God of man's world, and man will bow down and worship me. For I am the swiftest, I am the strongest, and I am the wisest of all your sons. Who is like unto me, and who is able to make war with me? I should be sitting in the temple of God as God, showing to everyone that I am God. To this, God replies, "Foolish and rebellious creature, you were the seal of perfection, full of wisdom and perfect in beauty. You were in Eden, my garden. Every precious stone was your covering, the sardius, topaz, and diamond, beryl, onyx, and jasper, sapphire, turquoise, and emerald, with gold. The workmanship of your timbrels and pipes was prepared for you on the day that you were created. You were the anointed cherub who covers. I established you. You were on the holy mountain of God. You walked back and forth in the midst of fiery stones. You were perfect in your ways from the day that you were created, till iniquity was found in you. Your heart has been lifted up because of your beauty, and you have corrupted your wisdom by reason of your splendor. Therefore I will cast you to the ground. I will lay you before kings, that they might gaze at you. And once your appointed time comes, and you have defiled yourself with the multitude of your iniquities, I will bring fire from your midst, and it will devour you, and I will turn you to ashes upon the earth in the sight of all those who see you. All who know you will be astonished at you, for you will have become a horror, and shall be no more forever." And war broke out in heaven. Michael and his angels fought with the dragon, and the dragon and his angels fought, but they did not prevail, neither was their place found any more in heaven. So the great dragon was cast out, that serpent of old, called the devil and Satan, who deceives the whole world. He was cast to the earth, and his angels were cast out with him. For Lucifer had persuaded a third of the stars of heaven to be cast down with him down to the earth. And Jesus, the Word of God, saw Satan fall like lightning from heaven. And God said, "How you are fallen from heaven, O Lucifer, son of the morning! How you are cut down to the ground, you who will weaken the nations!" Lucifer, cast out from God's presence to the earth, shouts in defiance, "God, I curse you to your face. I am Lucifer, the light bringer, the bright and morning star. I will ascend into heaven. I will exalt my throne above the stars of God, above all the angels. I will also sit on the mount of the congregation on the farthest sides of the north. I will ascend above the heights of the clouds. I will be like the Most High." After hearing this, God said, "Yet you shall be brought down to Sheol, to the lowest depths of the pit. And on your appointed day of judgment, you and all those who you have deceived will be cast down into the lake of fire and brimstone, where you shall be tormented day and night forever and ever." Then Lucifer set out to destroy God's creation, and his first target was God's precious creation, man. He deceived Adam and Eve into sinning by eating of the fruit of the tree of knowledge of good and evil, which God forbid them not to eat. So Lucifer came to present himself before the Lord and accused his favorite creation of falling into sin, demanding that God punish his cherished creation. Thus God decreed that mankind would suffer the same fate as the fallen angels, eternal separation and punishment in hell, the eternal fire which was prepared originally for the devil and his angels. Then as time passed, Lucifer came to the congregation of angels and persuaded even more angels to fall, for these angels were enamored by the beauty of the daughters of man. So they lusted after the women and came down to the earth, choosing from them their women. And it came to pass that this unholy union between angels and humans gave birth to a race of giants named the Nephilim, which existed both before and after the flood. And when God saw what had happened on the earth, he decreed that these angels, who did not keep their proper domain, but left their own abode, would be cast down to hell and be delivered